always a pleasure to get to sit down with the captain, Mr. Terry McLaurin. The last thing I wrote about you was that you should run for governor. Have you considered your political prospects after football?
I don't necessarily know what I'll do after football. I think politics is not necessarily my thing, but maybe some form of leadership I could find out here in this world where I can make an impact. But I try to stay out of the political world.
Smart man. I would vote for you on a platform of just your route running ability and leadership. That's all I need.
Appreciate that.
That's all I need.
I should win by a landslide.
Yeah, exactly. Seriously, so we talked about Ryan Fitzpatrick, Chase Young. What a offseason it's been. How are you? Like, what is your focus going into year 3? You've clearly established yourself as one of the better receivers in the NFL, coming off your first 1,000-yard season last year. How do you view the 2021 season?
I view it as a chance to get better. I view it as a chance to prove myself again. I feel like in this league, you got to earn it, not only every single day, but every single game, every single year. And it just doesn't happen. Like, just because I had a successful year last year, my rookie year, doesn't mean this year will be successful. So I came in with a new year mentality like I do every year to come in and be the guy yet again to prove that I deserve to be here, be our top receiver, and make noise in the league and be a guy that we could depend on. With a new quarterback, obviously, it's nothing new to me, but my job is to make him as comfortable as possible, and that's the mentality I come in with every single day. Try to get on the same page with Fitz, Taylor, Kyle, and just try to make plays. I think this year I want to be a guy who's continue to be consistent, improve on what I did last year, and continue to help stretch the field vertically. I think that could really help our offense, and obviously, compounding with being a leader, I think that we have a chance to improve on what we did last year as a team.
It's interesting you bring up the verticality because you were kind of that home run threat as a rookie.
Yeah.
Last year, your YPC dipped a little bit.
Right.
But you don't need to say this. I think it's because quarterbacks weren't going downfield as much, and you guys didn't have a lot of targets, so you were getting a lot of brackets, and there's way more attention focused on you. Do you think with the addition of Curtis Samuel, Adam Humphries, De'Ami Brown in the draft, that things should open up for you?
I think so. I mean, I think the more weapons you have, the better it is for everyone, not just me, but those other guys that you just mentioned. Adding more weapons helps our whole offense because you can't quite key on one guy. You're not necessarily getting as many double teams, those bracketed coverages, that safety on the hash looking at you, because you got to respect the other side of the field. And I think that as an offense, we understand that. The guys that come in understand that, and the guys we have on the roster understand that too. As a group, we got to do better just stretching the field and making those big plays because it opens up a lot of other things in our offense. So I think that'll help, open up some possible one-on-one chances for me, but also them as well. So I'm really looking forward to continuing to working with these guys, building a great camaraderie, and seeing what it looks like come the season.
What's it like having Curtis here? And sometimes I think it's unfair that you guys get the story has to be that you were college roommates or whatever, but it's someone you know him as a football player.
For sure.
How excited are you for it?
I'm very excited. I think the number one thing I say all the time is me and Curtis are really good friends. That's my guy ever since we got to Ohio State. When he was playing at Ohio State, I wasn't necessarily playing yet. He was supporting me. When I went off to the NFL and finally got my opportunity, he was supporting me and I supported him. So I think that's where it started. But also just to see the way he's developed since Ohio State as a receiver. A lot of people don't know he started as running back, and that's not the easiest change to become an elite receiver in this NFL. But just off the OTAs, seeing the way he was running routes and things like that, I could tell he's really been getting better. And he obviously has a dynamic ability with the ball in his hands. But I think the way he comes to work, the way he puts the work in and challenges me as well. I think that just pushes me and our whole group when you have two guys who have the ability that we do, but we're humble and hard workers and willing to do whatever it is to the team, whether it's blocking, taking the ball, clearing the formations out. So I'm excited to get, a rhythm with him again, and it's kind of cool because we never really got to play together at Ohio State. Right. And now we have the ability to play once again, and I think it should be fun for our offense and our team.
Year 3. How much better of a player are you now? I know it's a new year mentality, but you've got to know more things now.
Oh, yeah. I know a lot more, honestly. And I think what I do a really good job of is just being honest with myself. Coach Drew and Coach Hoss do a good job in the offseason being honest with what I need to work on, and I attack those things. Weaknesses or things that you may not be good at, I see those opportunities to make them strengths. And, whether it's my releases off the line, I've gotten a few compliments from our coaches. They could tell I put the work in, and, you just want to continue to hone in on those little things that you put the work in, and you want them to show up on game day. And so I'm continuing to work against our great corners that we have that are challenging me. And, I just want to continue to make those plays contested down the field and win at the line, because I feel like that'll open up my game so much more, because I feel like I am strong at the top of my routes and the way I get out my breaks. But if I could cut down the time I'm spending at the line and put more stress on the DBs, I think that'll be a great asset for me coming this season.
And then Fitz is going to give you chances.
Right.
I mean, I even saw it in Richmond, no pads.
Yeah.
He's still throwing up 50-50.
For sure.
You haven't, by and large, gotten those opportunities. Just QBs have been a little gun-shy. How excited are you to have that?
I'm very excited. I'm coming out of college. That was kind of one of my strengths, being able to stretch the ball vertically. And obviously, I want to, continue and build on that. I think it's a little different in the league, but I'm really excited to work with Fitz, and we've seen it so far early in this camp that he's not afraid to give you one-on-one chances. Even if the cornerback is off, you have a go route, he's going to throw it, and that's all you can ask for as a receiver. And I feel like what I've been preaching to our receivers is we got to continue to build that confidence with him and come down with those balls, those 50-50 balls, those wide open passes that we make, because that gives him confidence. That gives Coach Turner confidence to continue to call him, and that's when your offense is completely opened up. So it's been fun working with Fitz, man. He knows how to get you into the right plays. He's not going to necessarily let you run a route into bad coverage or bad leverage, and he does a good job of really just empowering us, like I've continued to say, to make plays, to have fun doing it. I think it's really fun coming out here getting work with him, a guy who's seen it all and is going to give us chances. So I'm really looking forward to what this season's going to look like for not only me, but for our entire offense and our receivers.
I mean, everybody's looking forward to it.
Yeah.
There's that element of the unknown.
For
It'll
sure.
be so much fun.
For sure.
I got two fun ones, but one annoying one first. You've already talked about COVID. It's a personal decision. You
Right.
respect your teammates. You got the shot. Like, cool.
Right.
At this point, it's a football thing now,
Of course.
right? Because you got separate locker rooms. You got guys missing
Right.
practice time. Has it become an annoyance for you yet?
I don't think it has yet, because it hasn't. I mean, it's affected us, but it hasn't cost us games yet. You know what I mean? And I guess the plus side is we're getting some of it out the way now, but at the same time, we also got to understand that this can affect us during the season, and this can affect our ability to compete and be a full-strength team, which we need everybody to be a part of that. So we do got to keep that in the front of our minds and be conscious of that, and guys just have to take that ownership. If you don't decide to get the vaccine, then you got to make sure you're doing whatever you can to protect yourself and to protect all of us, because we're all in this together, and this could really affect the season that we have ahead. And I think what we did last year was great, but we have so many other goals that we want to build upon, but we can't let this COVID thing get in the way. It's affecting everybody, but with the protocols in place and the vaccines that are out there, we hope that guys will continue to educate themselves and do what's best for not only them, but think of everybody as well.
And just think about, I mean, knock on wood that it doesn't happen, right?
Right.
But if there is a forfeit, guys that blood, sweat, tears, and that
course.
game check means a lot for maybe the bottom 15 guys on
No
that
doubt.
roster, there'll be friction.
Yeah, sure. For sure. I mean, I think you got to, like I said, it becomes like, I know it's a personal decision, but you also got to think of other people as well.
Yep.
And I know that's the balance of this sticky situation that we're in, but you hope it wouldn't have to come to that where guys are losing game checks, because you don't want to be that guy to let down your team. I know I wouldn't want to be that guy, and I know the guys that we have in our locker room don't want to be that guy. So that comes to what I just said, of just taking care of yourself if you don't decide to get the vaccine, but continue to educate yourself, because this is not, at this time, it doesn't seem like things are getting a little worse. So
Right.
we gotta be honest with ourselves. We gotta be honest with our teammates and continue just to encourage them to be educated and take care of themselves, because it can cost us games and wins and money, which nobody wants to have happen.
Certainly. Fun stuff. Golf, fishing, and it seemed like you traveled a decent bit.
Yeah.
Did I see some Miami pictures, perhaps?
Yeah.
How was the off-season?
It was great. I learned how to golf in March. I broke 100 before I got back to camp, so I'm hype about that. It's one of those things that's just mentally straining, but it's fun at the same time, because one minute I shoot one in the woods, I'm like, screw this game. The next minute I put one on the green, I'm like, all right, I may be ready for the tour. So
That's golf,
I think just the ability to be able to be outside, enjoy camaraderie with other people, meet great people during the game, and something that's very challenging, a lot different than football, it's been really fun for me. And traveling is just something I like to do to unwind and see the world. I think, the fortunate part that we have with the offseason, we have so much time on our hands. So I do a good job of balancing working out, but also some downtime and seeing something outside of just Ashburn or my hometown, Indianapolis, going to travel. And fishing, that's my thing. It's kind of similar to golf. Like, when you make a good shot or when you catch a good fish, it just keeps you coming back. And, being outside and, I got to get down with a friend of mine that I met through Instagram and Lip Ripper in Florida, and we got down and we caught 60 fish. He caught most of them, but he taught me so much about just fishing and the technique about it, and it's just crazy because once I get, people in my life understand, once I get, ingratiated into something, I'll get fixated. I got to be the best at it. I got to continue to improve. So it's been great to be able to do some things outside of football that keep me balanced, but I'm so excited to be back and ready for this season.
You get that 1,000-yard season under your belt going
Right.
into your third year. Probably get some cool opportunities. People are starting to know that name wherever you go.
Yeah,
I imagine.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that. I kind of actually like to say incognito a little bit. It's kind of hard here and there, but I appreciate the love that I get from the fans around here. They're so supportive, and a third-round guy coming out of Ohio State to be able to, be a part of this team and organization, be a captain so early, I take great pride in that, and I want to help build something that everybody could be proud of. So, I'm always say hi, but I try to. I'm just Terry at the end of the day. I'm just same old person like everybody else. I just happen to play football.
Another big year. There's no more incognito.
No doubt about that. And I think if I can do that, then obviously I think our team is going to continue to improve. And but I don't shy away being the workhorse, and I feel like I can take that, and my body is ready for that journey.
Thank you for the time, man.
Appreciate you, JP. It's always good.
Always fun.
Thank you, bro.